in with you guys. I want to talk about pricing just for a minute. Guys, listen. Oh my gosh, if you don't take anything away from anything else that I have to say today, please lean into this, okay? I'm going to really ask you guys to lean into this. I have been working with a few of my high-ticket clients at a pretty high level over the past like year, right? And something with pricing, guys, that I think is so critical for you guys to understand is when it comes to pricing, there's a couple things that you should know. Number one, you are not raising your pricing or your prices to put more money in your pocket. You are raising your rates so that you can make a bigger impact and so that you can allow and empower your clients to take a stand for their dreams and their goals, and to help them and empower and inspire them, equip them with the, we'll call it fire under their ass, but with the skin in the game that is required to be successful in business. Success does not come easy. Success, no matter what that looks like for you. Success does not come because we want it. Success does not come because we are motivated. Motivation is not always there, you guys. You need to be disciplined. You need to be resilient. You need to be committed. You need to be confident. You need to be imperfect, right? You need to be consistent. You need to be constantly coachable and elevating yourself. And you have to own your shit. You need to own your expertise, right? You cannot have success and be willy-nilly and pussyfoot around your value. You can't doubt yourself and second guess yourself and question yourself and charge low ticket and think you're going to have massive success with amazing clients. It's not going to happen. One thing I've learned with my clients, they amaze me. I mean, so let me give you a few examples of life-changing stuff that's happening over here. My clients who raise their rates, and I'm going to say this, many of you undercharge. Your work is way too good to charge so low. And this is the thing. So just yesterday, I'll give you examples because I'm all about social proof. My clients are crushing their sales. And this is all social proof. Let me give you a couple examples because I want you to be like, damn, that's possible for me, right? Hi, Georgia. Number one, my clients, so last night, I'll give you an example. Just yesterday, on a coaching session, a group coaching session with my clients inside the Sales Academy, one of my clients was charging low ticket for her done-for-you services, okay? Working her butt off. And she provides, like, top-notch done-for-you. I'm not talking, like, little kind of cool stuff. Like, she's top-notch agency. And she was undercharging, okay, for her own reasons. And yesterday, on a group coaching session, we got her to a place where she felt really good about tripling her monthly prices. Not raising, not doubling, tripling her monthly rates. So on that session, we tripled her monthly rates. And within 1 hour of that session, she sent a proposal to a prospect at her new tripled monthly rates. And within 10 minutes, that client signed the proposal and was like, your work is top notch, I'm so in. Signed the proposal, made her payment, and became her high ticket client, her very first high ticket client. What I want you to hear with this is like, we did not just double her prices, we tripled her monthly prices. And within 1 hour of doing it, she signed her first high ticket client who is now working with her at her brand new rates. And here's the game changer. She will never go back again. Her life has changed. You don't go back from that, right? Like, you don't triple your monthly rates and then go back. Like, she's in an all new bracket now, right? Like, her mindset has totally up-leveled. She has shifted. This is game changer for her. I'm so excited for her because it's a monumental moment where she just owned it and she went with it and she trusted it and she believed it. And there's no coming back from that. There's no going back. She will forever now be high ticket, right? Like, it's amazing. And now she's working with soul activated clients. I could share my client, Stacy. Stacy signs $100,000 clients. She has $20,000 and $30,000 pay in full clients. She's in such flow, it's ridiculous. She is in such a state of flow that her high ticket clients are coming to her and selling themselves to her. And she's not DMing people. She's not asking anyone to buy. She's not even selling. She is in a state of fucking flow. And she's owning it like I've never seen anyone own it before. And these clients are coming to her, selling themselves to her. $100,000 clients. You don't go back from that. Her life has forever changed. For the rest of this year, she is booked out solid with traveling around the world, doing networking events, collaborating with high-level people, filling up her program with these high-ticket clients. Her life is forever changed. It'll never be the same again. My client Debbie is the top brand strategist I've ever seen in my life. And she's so good at what she does. And she's now charging high ticket for her services, finally. And she is now building a sales team who's crushing it for her. She's traveling. Her and her husband just sold their house and they're moving to freaking Mexico. Like, hello. She's having organic 6-figure launches back to back. Sales team is running most of it. We spent a whole year building that out. We spent 1 year together. And she's multiple 6 figures, having 6-figure launches, has a full-on sales team supporting her, doing so much of the work for her. She is signing high-ticket, soul-activated clients, loving it all, selling her home, moving to Mexico, traveling, having more fun in her life than she ever has before. She's living the dream. You don't come back from that, right? And so what I want you guys to understand about raising your goddamn prices, it is not about, I'm going to raise my rates so I can make more money. That is not even the foundation of this. It is about stepping into the value of the work you provide and the result and transformation your clients will have for years to come from being in that type of container with you. Somebody who is charging low ticket, someone investing in low ticket doesn't have big transformation like this. My clients would not have these big transformations and milestones that they are having in their lives if they were not investing and putting some skin in the game, if they were not up leveling and challenging themselves and expanding themselves and reaching a little bit further into uncomfortable and imperfect action. They would not be where they are today and have the transformation they have today if they didn't fucking change. You cannot have a lack mentality. You cannot have a 5-figure mindset and create multiple 6 and 7 figures. It ain't going to happen. It's not going to exist in your reality. And my clients would not be having multiple 6 and 7 figure results if they were thinking 5 figures, right? Like, good morning, Shantae. You're not going to get there from here. So for those of you that are generating maybe 6 figures, or maybe you're close to it, or maybe you're above that, if you want to get to your next level, so whatever your next level looks like, maybe you want to get to your first 100K. Maybe you want to get to your first 250K or 300,000. Or maybe you're there and you're like, I'm ready for 500,000. I'm ready for my first $1 million year. Whatever your next level is for you, I'm going to break it to you right here. You're not getting there with the mindset you have today. If you don't internally change, you will not get to the next level you. It can't happen. You can't generate a 7-figure income with a 6-figure mindset. You can't generate a 6-figure income with a 4 or 5-figure mindset. It isn't going to be in your reality. And so part of raising your price is elevating your mindset. It's about money flow. It's about a sales success mindset. It is about up-leveling yourself. It is about expanding. It is about expansion. And it is also about understanding to get there from here, something drastically needs to change, right? You don't do what you're doing today and get to the next level you. You don't do what you did last week to get where you are now with the mindset you had from last week. You are evolving. It's an evolution. And you're evolving every day in your business, in your life, in your mentality, in your belief system, in your self-care, in your pricing. Your prices are a huge part of your value, of your client attractor, who you attract into your space. And the results, guys, that you receive, the results that your clients receive, the testimonials you get, the transformations that you and your clients have play a very big role in investing big in yourself and in your dreams. You're not going to have that experience and that transformation looking for free downloads and free freebies and charging, a third of what you should be charging, or undercharging and overgiving and over-delivering and hustling your ass off because you think that this is what's going to get there. This is not the energy of someone who's successful. You have to own what you do, the value in what you do, and the transformation that continues. Here's the thing. My clients who are having these almost $500,000 years, organically, by the way, they're not even running a paid ad at all. They're calling it in, guys. They're being that person. They are being the person they're trying to attract. And we spent a year getting them there. We spent a year changing what's going on between the ears. We spent a year getting them to own their shit and to really own it and to lean into it and to charge accordingly. And that was not easy work, right? Because a lot of it is the programming. So it's not easy work. It's necessary work. And when you're not investing in yourself, you just can't expect other people to invest in you. When you are not growing and changing, you can't expect to experience a different outcome. When you are playing small and settling and waiting for perfection and waiting for good timing and waiting for things to be perfect, and you're being resistant and you're procrastinating and perfecting and overthinking, when you are playing small at that level, you cannot expect to expand, to grow, to up level. You cannot expect the next level you to happen and to come into your experience. You're not going to get those opportunities until you excel and you step into that. And pricing is such a big part of this. My clients wouldn't be where they are today if they were still charging the prices they were when they came to me. They wouldn't. Because those prices were not attached to value. Their prices were attached to their lack mentality. So a good question for you is, what am I charging for? Where am I coming up with my prices? Am I pricing according to what I think people will pay? Am I pricing according to what I believe I'm worth? Not me, but your services. What I believe my services are worth? Am I pricing according to my lack mentality, my fears? Am I pricing for what I think people can afford, the market? Or am I fucking pricing for what I know my shit is worth and the transformation my clients are going to have for years to come because of this shit? What are you pricing for? I charge accordingly to up-level myself, to up-level my clients. And here's the thing. My clients are experiencing years of transformation and years of benefits from raising their prices with me. It's not just one little result, right? It's not like, I raised my price and I signed one high-ticket client. No, I raised my price and I put myself in a whole fucking other room. Like my clients have put themselves in the room with bigger, better people because of their prices. Because they up-leveled their mindset, they up-leveled their clients, they up-leveled their value, they up-leveled their mentality, and now they sit in a room with fucking millionaires. When just 1 year ago, they were sitting in the room with broke entrepreneurs who couldn't afford their fucking services. Today, they're sitting in the room with millionaires. confidently, by the way. They're owning the fucking room, and they're dominating their space because they stepped into that, and it started by raising their goddamn prices. Like, I can't stress this enough. And here's the thing. They straighten their own crown. My ladies straighten their own crown. They take seats at tables. They don't wait for anyone to pull a seat out. They're not sitting around, oh, someone pull a seat out for me. Somebody give me a handout. Somebody give me a break. Somebody do something for me. My clients take a seat at the fucking table. They don't wait for nobody to do it, pull a seat out for them. They take it. They take what they want, and they own it like badasses, and they straighten their own crown. They're not sitting around with their tail between their legs, crying and moping and wishy-washy and waiting for someone to put their hand out, pick them up, brush them off, straighten their crown, and tell them they're good enough. These bitches are owning it. These are badass women, like, killing it. And it started by raising their prices. That's where this journey began for them. And that's where the journey began for me. And that's where the journey is going to begin for you. Right? Because you're pricing based on what you think your value is. You're pricing on lack. You are not pricing. If I asked you, what are your prices today? What do you really want them to be? 100% of you would all want to charge more. But you're not, because of some shit story you're telling yourself upstairs. So you're not pricing because it feels good and it's aligned. You are pricing based on your lack, based on your fear. Your prices are based solely on lack and fear of. If I raise my price, and your shit stories, right? Until you eliminate it and get over that shit, you're not going to get where you're trying to go. You're not going to call in a different type of client. You're not going to experience a different thing in your life. You're not going to up level in your life, in your prices, in your business, in your clients. The shit stories that you tell yourself upstairs are keeping you small, and they're keeping you with lack clients, struggling, suffering, dying through your business. It's not going to change until you raise your rates and you up level your own shit. And you stop settling and downplaying and playing small and worrying about what other people think. Why do you care what anyone else thinks? Why do you care? Right? And again, like, it blew my mind last night. It didn't blow my mind because I expect it. I'm a sales ninja. This is what I do. But when my client came to me on a coaching session yesterday and said, Ann, I'm ready to triple my prices. And we tripled the prices on that coaching session. 1 hour later, she signed her first high-ticket client in her new pricing. Tripled price, by the way. She's never gone back from that. One of the very first things I do with every client I work with is raise your price. It isn't about you putting more money in your pocket. Get that shit out of your head. This is not about you making more money. Raising your prices has nothing to do with you in the sense of financially. Raising your price is raising your vibration. It's raising your shitty mindset. It's raising the shit story you tell yourself upstairs about, oh, am I worth it? Am I valuable enough? Like, stop. A badass bitch doesn't ask herself that shit. Those are the wrong questions. You are asking yourself the wrong questions. And so you're getting the wrong result. You're not going to have the experience you want when you ask yourself questions like that. You need to own it, guys. You need to own your shit. Stop asking yourself the wrong questions. Am I worthy? Am I valuable? Can I do it? Do I have the right to do it? Who am I to think I could? But what if this? Can people afford it? Do you think they'll pay these prices? Like, do you think it's the right price? Stop. That's the first problem. And by raising your prices, that shit goes away. When you sign a high-ticket client for the first time in your life, you don't go back from that. And in fact, my clients say, Ann, why didn't I do this a year ago? Why didn't I do this so much sooner? You stop asking yourself shitty questions that continue to give you shitty results when you step up to a higher version of yourself. And the reason most of you don't is because you are scared of failure. You're scared of judgment. You're afraid that you might turn away somebody or you might lose a sale. You're afraid that you're not going to be badass enough to do it. And there's no other way to find out than to do it, right? The first thing I do with my clients is redesign your package and raise your fucking prices. 100%. And I'm going to tell you right now, doing that alone can triple your revenue. Your sales can triple what you're making right now, like this, compared to what you're doing right now that's taking you a fucking decade to do. and you're still not earning what you want to be earning, right? So many of you that are in conversation with me and my team are like, oh, I'm not making any money. I've been in business for years. How the fuck have you been in business for years and you're not making money? Does this not tell you, like, hello, that's a problem. If you've been in business for a year and you're not making money, tell me what about that signals that that's right, that that's normal, that that's okay, right? You don't be in business for even 6 months and not make money. You shouldn't be in business 90 fucking days and not be making money. That's a problem. That's not normal. That is not normal. And the reason is the shit you're telling yourself up here. It's just keeping you there. And it will not change. And here's what I'll tell you. I've worked with clients who have been in my space for about 2 years to maybe 5 years. Broke. Running their business for years. Broke. Because they tell themselves the same shitty story today that they told themselves, the same shitty story they told themselves 3 and 5 years ago. They're still sitting in that mess, expecting some sort of magical different result or outcome or experience. And I'm here to tell you, raising your prices is so much more, guys. It's so much more than you making more money. Should you make more money? Fucking right you should. I believe every woman should be rich. Because when you're rich, you can give back. You can have an impact and you can change lives. You're not changing nobody's life when you can't change your own. You can't give from an empty cup. You're not changing an impact in anybody's life when you're playing small. You are not changing nobody's life and impacting anybody's life when you can't provide for your own fucking family. You have to up-level yourself to help somebody else. And we are all here to impact. We all want to make money, but we're here to impact. And you should be paid very generously for that impact. And it starts by changing the shit story you tell yourself between your ears. And then raise your goddamn prices so that you can step into that person that you need to be to have an impact and to change someone's life. You're not going to change someone's life when you're broke in bed, depressed, stressing out, copycatting everybody else, and you're not even doing your own stuff. You're just copying everybody. And you're not owning your shit, and you're not charging what you should be charging, and you're chasing clients, and you're begging people to work with you, and you're bitching and griping about the same shit for the last 5 years, and you're in the same position you were in 3 years ago because you can't get out of your own way. That's not how are you impacting anybody else's life when you live in that mentality every day. Raising your price is about raising your mentality first so that you can help somebody else do it in their life, right? There's so much more I could say about pricing, okay? This is only one part of it. There's obviously so much more. But if this is speaking to you, I'm going to really encourage you to go off and listen to this again and then go off and think about the way you are showing up, who you're being in your business, in your life, in your clients' lives, and what that looks like and what needs to change. And then you need to recommit to doing the hard inner work that's going to have to happen for you to have a real transformation. My clients are not having $100,000 clients, six-figure launches, $500,000 years playing fucking small. I can tell you that. They're not undercharging. They are not second-guessing what they do. They're not copycatting nobody. They're not playing small. They're not having those results by playing small like they did last year. They're having those results because they're owning what they do like nobody's business, and they are charging accordingly. And they are owning that even when people are like, I can't afford it. Bye-bye. That's fine. See ya. On to the next. Like, we don't get lost in that stuff. And that's what happens when you up-level your price. You up-level the shit that goes on up here. You ask yourself different questions. You tell yourself a different story. You set your bar higher. Your standards become high. And I'm going to leave you with this. Are you Gucci or are you Goodwill? There's no right or wrong. Own it. Own it and charge accordingly. And you're not changing nobody else's life until you change yours first. You cannot give from an empty cup. You can't help another family feed their family if you can't feed your own family. You can't help another client make $5,000 a month if you don't make $5,000 a month and you don't know how to make $5,000 a month. You can't help another person change their thoughts up here if yours are shitty and you don't know how to change your own thoughts. You cannot have an impact if you're never growing. Part of being able to impact and charge for it is you are forever investing in yourself big. You're investing in coaching. You're investing in nutrition. You're investing in mentorship. You're investing in networking, putting yourself in the room with people far beyond you. You are always increasing your price, challenging yourself, stretching yourself, getting so uncomfortable. You're doing the uncomfortable things. You're doing the hard work. You're doing the things you don't want to be doing temporarily. You are investing in team. You are investing in coaching. You are constantly, every single day, investing in yourself and making you the best version of you that you can, and be very uncomfortable and taking very imperfect action, and you are constantly expanding that. And that is how you'll impact other people. You're not going to do that playing small and being in your head and being the same person you were 3 years ago today and expecting to have the future you of 5 years from now. You need to step into her now and start acting like her, being her, embody that person. And until you do that, guys, you're going to be stuck right where you are. You're really going to struggle. It's going to be hard. It doesn't mean you won't have any results. It's just not going to feel good. It's not going to be maintainable, sustainable. It's going to feel heavy, hard, nasty, uncomfortable, gross, limited, small, so much less than what you really want. And you're choosing to do that. You're choosing to do that. Nobody can do this for you. No one can do this work for you. You have to do this work, right? And I just got done telling you. My clients who are having almost $500,000 years and 6-figure launches and 100K clients, you better believe that they have stepped into such a higher version of themselves, and you better believe they've worked so hard on the internal shit and raise their prices and invest in themselves. You better believe they are changing who they are for that to happen. They're not the same people they were a year ago when we started working together. They're not even close to the same people anymore. So I wanted to share this with you because I'm so excited about what's happening for my clients. And I just feel when I ask them, how are you guys having these results financially and spiritually and physically in your life? And they're saying, Ann, the mindset shift that you gave me, the raising of my price, owning my value, and that the sales skills that you've given me 100% have given me these results. So hear this. None of them told me strategy. None of them said the strategies that you taught me. None of them said that. And the testimonials that I'm going to release to you guys soon, just so you can be inspired and hear their story, not from me, but from them. None of it is the strategy that got them to making these massive financial leaps in their business and these mental leaps in their business, these quantum leaps they're having. None of it was strategy. Maybe 10%. The rest of it was all this other shit we're talking about. And I want you to understand that, because most of you are chasing, oh, give me another strategy. What's a different strategy? I don't like that one. What's another one? I want to try. I think I'm missing one, right? I think I'll be successful if you can give me another strategy. What's another way? Like, you guys, it's not strategy. It isn't strategy. I can't stress this enough. So I hope this was helpful, a little shift perspective for you guys today. I hope this kind of changes your mind a little bit, and I hope it inspires you to make the changes, the internal changes that are going to be required if you want your situation to change. Stop seeking strategy and tactic and do the work, guys. You need to do the hard work. Strategy is fucking easy. That shit all day long. Easy. Easy, easy. They all work. Stop chasing that shit. They all work. Many of you are good enough at what you do to make millions of dollars and impact lives around the world. Many of you know more than you need to. Many of you are very, very talented and so good at what you do. Strategy is not your problem. It is not your solution. You're seeking the wrong thing. And when you change this, your whole life changes. And you're going to hear that from my clients themselves out of their own mouths. They're not even talking about strategy. Okay? I'm really excited for all of this. And I really hope that this gives you a different perspective and insight Let me know in the comments, okay? Let me know your questions. Let me know, questions, thoughts. I want to come back in and chat with you guys. And I hope that this inspires and empowers you ladies to understand what success really is, what's really required and what it takes. And if you shift your energy off strategy so much and focus on the shit that matters, you can have a change overnight. People always say, oh, there's no such thing as overnight success. You're right, there's not. I'm 20 years in the making. My clients have been years in the making. But your shift can happen overnight, though. Success does not happen overnight, but your shift can happen overnight. And that shift can change the direction and the trajectory of your entire business going forward. That one shift can change the game for you. And that's really the key I want you to hear here. You can suffer and struggle for years, okay? Your success is years in the making, but